Clock struck 12 in 2016 arrived. A lot of athletes would have got very, very excited indeed, including our very special guests tonight, because you, ladies, Natasha, Emily Scarratt, Rachael, Burford, are going to be playing sevens in Rio, the Olympics. How exciting is that? Not just for women's rugby, but for rugby as a whole.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's in the back of our minds at the minute. We've got a lot of tournaments to get through. I think we've got 8 tournaments to get through before that point, and obviously risk of injury, etc. Just making sure you stay on the ball. But it's going to be incredible. Like, for whoever gets to go out of our squad, it's going to be an unbelievable thing to be part of an Olympic Games, and something that everyone's really building towards at the minute.
Emily, before we look forward, let's look back as well, because the rise of the women's game has been absolutely sensational. World champions, and now Olympic rugby. Do you pinch yourself sometimes to think that I'm playing rugby at just the right time? Because this is amazing.
Yeah, I think when I first started playing rugby, especially when I first got capped, I never believed that we'd be able to be professional. And now we all do it as our job, which is, you know, we do pinch ourselves. It is a dream come true. And like you say, off the back of 2014, having it now in the Olympics and having that opportunity to play on the greatest kind of global sporting stage that there is, you know, it's really exciting for us.
Let's talk Olympics, Rachael, and talk what it means, because it is one of those titles which just stirs the spirit, an Olympic Games.
Yeah, I think it's huge. I think everybody gets behind the Olympic Games, whether it's rugby or it's football. You know, you just look at the women's football and how that took off, and you know, it's going to reach new fans, new people, and hopefully that's going to, you know, have a ripple effect post the Olympic Games, that more people want to pick up the rugby ball and get involved. Let's
have a look and see what you've done to get to this point, because there's been various qualifications that have been needed. So you secured qualification back in May, and then in October, players from Wales and Scotland joined to become Team GB. Let's talk about this getting the players in from the other countries. Emily, what's it like suddenly having the Welsh and the Scots alongside you?
Yeah, I mean, to start with, it was probably slightly strange, probably more strange for them coming into an English programme. I think if it was the other way around, it'd be, you know, a daunting prospect for us. But they fitted in really well. You know, they're there on merit because they're good enough to be there, and actually they're putting their hands up as much as the rest of us are. And it's creating a really, really kind of competitive environment. And, you know, heading towards Rio, it's going to be really tough. Let's
just clarify one thing, Rachael. What about the Irish players? They select themselves, do they, as an Ireland team?
Yeah, so they're independently, they're currently, this year they got onto the World Series, so there's still an opportunity for them later this year to try and fight for that spot for Rio, and we wish them best of luck, but yeah, our focus is very much on ourselves.
Absolutely, and Natasha, let's look ahead then. What comes your way, because it's going to be pretty busy. This is the road to Rio. You're going to hear that a lot over the coming months. There's a sevens tournament in March, and then that moves on to more tournaments and more competitions, I suppose, gelling this side. At what stage does it get trimmed down to the squad that heads off to Rio?
So I think we've got a holding camp late July, and obviously the Olympics takes place the first weekend of August. So we won't know as a squad probably until mid-July who the actual 14 that will travel to Brazil will be. And our squad at the minute is 23, so it's cut substantially. So yeah, it's just keep your foot in the door, keep your hand up and keep playing well.
Nerve-wracking times, but no rugby, no 15s rugby. There's been a ban on that. What's the reason behind that?
Yeah, so we're not playing any club rugby this season, just because our focus is sevens. It is quite difficult to kind of switch between the two. They're very, very different games. And you know, when you're looking ahead to an Olympics, you can kind of see why they put the brakes on 15s.
Okay, and what about is sevens a sport that you are sort of switched into? Has it always been 15s, or is it taking a while to get your head around sevens now? Because it is, as we've seen, as it's grown in importance, a very, very different discipline.
I think over the years, a lot of us have done both. We've been playing sevens and 15s throughout the years, and this is the first time we've really just focused in on the sevens. And I think so for us, we're quite experienced in both codes, and being able to make that jump's quite easy for us. And the fact that we're full-time in it has actually allowed us to be able to excel in it and hopefully go bigger and better beyond this year.
It's going to be fun. As I said, you know, the women's game is just growing and growing and growing, and now it's right up there side by side with the men's game, which is the way it should be. But you picked a nice place for your first Olympics, Rio, 6th to the 8th of August in Rio. That's going to be fun.
Yeah, it will be incredible. Like, hopefully we just keep our hand up, yeah, and definitely we're all looking to be there, aren't we, alongside all the other girls, so we'll see.
Well, we wish you all the very best of luck. Give them a round of applause, because it's going to be such an experience and massive for the game. Now, I am not qualified to do any demos on sevens. The Heimers Independent Schools Sevens champions 1978 is as far as I can go. I scored the winning try, but winded myself in the process. Ugo, over to you.
Yes, so obviously with it being Sevens year, Olympics year, we thought we'd have a look at some of the nuances of Sevens. The one thing we've been looking at is how to actually spread teams from width to width and using that pull-out system. Here's an example from earlier on in the year. So obviously possession is paramount. It's so key in Sevens. If you get the ball, you obviously can attack, more opportunity to score. That's exactly what Newcastle do, but it's what they actually do with the ball here, which is brilliant. They spread the ball to the width. It's the guys at the top of the screen who are having to work hard where they're not in vision to get back to set up for the next phase. To negate the line speed of London Irish, or sorry, Leicester in this case, you just got to run a hard line. Target that third defender, getting the ball into the 10's hands, who throws a lovely ball, and what you want to do is give the outside backs opportunities to do what they do. That one-on-one ability to exploit that space to score those tries. So we're going to have a little demo of that, but that's pretty much what Sevens is. Is that about right in attack?
Yeah, absolutely. You're looking to get a one-on-one opportunity against an opponent and then just take them on, and and then from that, hopefully, that's created something for somewhere else to happen as well.
Should we have a look at it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a go. Okay, I'm gonna be a defender because I'm not quick enough in Sevens anymore to attack you guys. So if you just jump inside me here. Okay, cool. So we're just going to have a look at how that pull-out actually works. If we just go through it just very slowly here. So we're just spreading the ball. Obviously, you want to spread the pitch just to be able to give you guys one-on-one opportunities here. Natasha, what are you looking to do first and foremost?
So first and foremost, I'm looking to attack the outside defender, try and get on their outside. If not, use a bit of footwork, see if I can stand them up. But obviously, I'm quite well marshalled here. So like we saw on the screen, this is where I'd start to decelerate and look at my other options.
Okay, and your other options, Emily's running a real hard line, and what are you looking to do here?
So I'm looking to get on your outside shoulder. If you've overworked, then potentially through the hole if Natasha can pick it. If not, block you off so that when the play comes back, putting these guys under far more pressure.
And I guess the reason why you're trying to penetrate that third hole here is just to negate the lines so we can't get out to Rachael here. And Rachael, you're sat in box office at the minute. You've got a panoramic vision of the pitch. What are you looking for from the people in and around you?
So I'm looking to see if Emily's managed to drag you guys across and you're focused in here. So then the opportunities for Mo to pull the ball back out to me. Okay, and then my players have worked really hard off the ball, and then they're going to step onto it and then hopefully be on the outside.
Absolutely. So it's just exploiting that space. Obviously, there's going to be many different scenarios within that. So we'll just have a look at another one here. So once again, the first thing is just to get the ball into the wingers' hands and let them have a run. First and foremost, they just want to go out and score a try. So if we just go down the hands again. Simple, just getting the ball into the hands. Natasha's once again taking them on.
Passing was pretty slow, so I'm really well marshalled. Obviously,
I'm now gambling because the first time Emily's held me off and the ball's gone in behind, so sometimes you get defenders that overread it, and I guess the decision-making is down to you. Emily goes through the hole, everyone floods, and Sevens is almost as simple as that. So thank you so much, because I've just gone back about 10 or 12 years to when it was the Hong Kong Sevens, and to you guys, we obviously wish you all the very best of luck in Rio this year, don't you think?
Absolutely.